That's right, folks. Welcome to the Albert and Billy's show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber. And of course, check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube page where you can see all the original BTC Fiber shows. And we're really close to 1,000 subscribers now, like really close. It went over 900. So thank you guys for participating in that because we've not had a long time to do this. So thank you. We really appreciate that. And our guest co-host this week, as we told you last week, it's none other than Ruth Burton, who just so happened to be on our 200th and 100th episode.
So
and
today I'm
Pure
Albert.
coincidence, yeah. Look, we had no idea. And of course we have our guest, as promised too, Robby Roberson. He is here today, folks. Facebook was, you were well liked. They were looking for you last week. We had to tell them you were okay.
All right, that's good. I'm still alive.
He's still alive and he's here.
Yeah, I was getting messages. Is he
We
okay?
were.
He's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Well, he's okay.
And of course I couldn't get a hold of his stupid
I'm
phone.
still surviving the election, so
So
and
give
that's
us
something to say.
give us an update on Albert. Everybody's
And
asking
yes,
me
that
about
is
Albert
true.
too.
I went and seen him
Darryl went and
today.
saw him today. So
And
how's
took
he
him
doing?
some treats
Saw him.
from the bread company,
Oh,
and
nice.
and some and
Sure, it lifted
and
his
he's doing
spirits.
really well.
He really is.
He was up and walking around,
Mhm.
headed to the bathroom in his walker,
Yes, he doesn't
and
have a
he's-
choice on that one.
and
We're
so
making-
we're really
yes.
bossing him around to make sure that he stays on that walker or cane
got
for the
that
rest of
right.
his life. I'd be happy with it
Oh, that it
because I
will
want
happen.
him to. I want him to
It
have that
will
support.
happen.
You know,
Right.
he needs that support.
Oh, I told
So he's
you.
doing well. I'm really glad.
Well, good.
But I've got a lot of questions about that. I started to put another update on Facebook because I do get asked
Albert Bill.
so much about that, but which I appreciate. I'm glad to know so many people care about him, and it makes him feel good. It really does. But he's come a long way. He just had to heal naturally. That's why it took longer. They didn't want to do surgery because he was on blood thinners, so it slows down the process a little bit. But boy, is he glad to be home, and he'll be back soon. But thank you guys for checking on him. I really do appreciate that. And we also have our special guest, which I said, he's alive. He survived. Nothing was wrong like that. Robby Roberson, incumbent road supervisor.
and it's good to be here.
Thank you, Robby.
And I have to tell a little bit about Albert. I've known him all my life, and if you've never attended one of his Sunday school classes, you have missed it. He is probably my favorite Sunday school class teacher in the world.
Oh,
Mine too.
That would make his day right there.
He's good,
We're live on Facebook.
and he
You
makes
can
it
turn that off if you want to
entertaining.
for sound. It'll go off. Do what now?
He makes it entertaining.
That's what.
It's
a
good.
lot of
You
people
learn
tell
something.
me
You
that.
learn.
Very interesting.
That's
Very interesting teacher.
He-
You can probably go back on
He was supposed to
Facebook.
preach Sunday. He told me this coming Sunday he was supposed to preach, and he told him he just wasn't going up to it right
Yeah,
now.
and that's so
But, and he was
sounds
really
like.
supposed to, you know.
Oh,
like
and
this
he's probably really disappointed about it too.
He really is.
worries
You can
about
tell
their
he was.
feelings.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
Well, when COVID
Mhm.
first started, he started doing the Facebook
Oh yeah, Sunday school.
Sunday
teaching.
school classes. You can probably still go back
You
on
can.
Facebook and look at some of them.
With hundreds
He
and
got
hundreds
no-
of views,
good
by the way. Some
numbers
of them
on that,
thousands. of
too.
views.
Yes, and that just blows his mind because he's so humble. You know, he's
Very
always
special
been
man.
that way. He is, and
He's real
Um,
special. He's the Captain Kangaroo of Bledsoe County.
there you go. That's a good way to
How can you
put
say
it.
any better?
Wow.
I like
That will be an honor for him to
Yeah.
hear that.
He'll like
Robbie
to
Roberson
see-
called him
he'll like
Captain
to see
Kangaroo.
that.
So
That's
you know
true.
that means him as Mr. Green Jeans.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the
That's a
rabbit
good
or
one.
the clock. I don't know.
Oh,
But we'll, if I can stop laughing at that one, we'll be talking to Robby really shortly about the campaign. And of course, as you guys know, this year, literally all but one race, well, maybe two, will be determined in the Republican primary. I can honestly say it's never happened in my lifetime. I get why, totally I get why, but it's never happened. So It's a little strange, and I'm
Well,
sure
I heard
it's been
today
an
that-
adjustment for you guys.
That
It is.
they down in Dunlap, they've never had a Republican
Well, 'cause
primary
they don't
until
do-
this time.
Well,
that's
it's
correct.
called, that's the truth.
That's
They
all.
haven't run by party.
They don't run by party down there. They had to this time.
Yeah.
For the same reason.
For some
I'll
reason.
leave it at that. Same reason. A lot going on behind the scenes, folks. I'll just leave it at that. But only one, maybe two races. I know Michael and Matt will be determined in August. That could be the only one.
And there's a commission race.
Oh yeah, Timmy and
Yeah,
Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Okay. Those are the only two though, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
I've heard
that's
more
never
voters
right.
this time so far than ever in Bledsoe County.
I hope that's true because
That's
I
what
can
I've heard.
honestly
I don't know
say.
if that's true, but
Oh, wow.
But
Well,
we'll find
that's-
out because I mean you can find out.
yeah.
I can tell you usually the turnout's nowhere near as high as it should be. I can tell you that.
Really,
Early voting becoming more and more popular with
It
each
is.
election as
It
people
is.
realize how convenient
It's
it is.
easier.
it's easier. Renee works for Chattanooga, and she has to drive over onto this side of the mountain instead of going home.
That's a
And
good
so,
point.
and so Wednesday we were able to go and vote for our very favorite candidates, and
'Cause you
not
would
rush
have-
or nothing. And
Right,
in the
exactly.
afternoon, and it
Exactly.
was perfect. And it was, didn't have to stand in line or nothing.
You can't.
So go vote.
That's another good thing
You just
about
had to
early
pass
voting.
through the gauntlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another good thing about early voting is
There are a
short
lot
lines,
of signs,
if any.
people with signs out there. But
Oh,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm all
you'll
in
see.
favor of more signs.
And I'm one of them,
Signs are
so I'm
good.
out there too.
They are. They must be really good to some people because they get stolen every election cycle by people constantly. I wish they would stop and realize just how expensive those signs are because usually it's a
I was
You know,
concerned about this moving them
somebody,
around
a
out here
young
on the front of the
person,
radio
not thinking.
station because it's illegal to touch them, by the way, in the
oh man,
state
they
of
could get
Tennessee.
in a lot
It
of
is.
trouble
It
for
is.
stealing
They
these
can.
signs. That's been
And
going
rightly
on
so.
forever, and I mean forever. that's been going on. Now we will do a couple of announcements, but then our guest, Mr. Roberson, is going to be playing some trivia with us that our guest co-host Ruth come up with today. So maybe they won't be so dang hard today, Robbie. that's my hope and prayer right there. And I will wish a happy birthday this week. Let's see, Susan Bilbrey. Hers was on the 20th. Happy belated birthday, Susan Bilbrey. Also, Mr. Daniel George.
And
This
also
was
today,
yesterday.
Billy Bridges.
Billy Bridget, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
is awesome.
birthday, dear Billy. Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you. I
And
feel the
many
love.
more.
That's right.
You're supposed to say, "Where's the cake?"
Dang it. I know it. I need a good cake.
We'll
Like
go
that-
down to Miller's. And
Is
get
that?
the cake.
Oh yeah.
Boy, you
next
ain't
door
kidding.
neighbor. Or
That's the
ice cream
birthday
shop.
cake capital of the
Yeah.
world.
And get the ice cream at Embers.
And I don't want to forget about Mr. Larry Lloyd. We share the same birthday, Larry. I didn't know that. So happy birthday to you as well, Larry Lloyd is today. And then last Friday, I don't know if I got to say his or not, so just in case, I will say happy belated birthday to Mr. Josh Roberson.
And I won't be here next week, but I'm a week from tomorrow's my mother's birthday.
Oh, we'll
Irene
have to
Foster.
write that down.
I have to.
Oh,
but
she watches the
Sunday,
show. We'll have to get hers, yeah.
Sunday is her and Bob's, my
Mhm.
stepfather's anniversary.
It is?
It's
Okay.
their anniversary. I'm
Do
gonna have
not
to
let
come
me
up with
forget to
something
do that. Yeah, because we do
do.
birthdays and anniversaries, so we got to get that down. Because if you do put your birthday and anniversary down, you do stand a chance of winning a prize from, I think, 3, maybe 4 different businesses.
That's
Pizza
nice.
King, of course, as I say it, I go blank. The Pizza King and what is it? It's that White House down there, kind of where the old high school was. By the new
Oh, the
fire
clothes shop?
department. Yes, that
Mhm.
place. That's you can get
Nice place.
Kudzu College. That's it.
Right?
You can get prizes from there and Ember's Ice Cream Shop. So, and it's when Lola has her shop open too. You can also get a prize there. So it's worth it. It's worth it definitely. But before we get to trivia, we're just going to do some of the announcements. And this one is an important one, so I guess I will start with it. because this is something brand new that we actually, me and Daryl just mentioned it, guys. Just mentioned it. Just briefly mentioned it, basically. But somebody got on the ball, and I mean really got on the ball and made this happen. So whoever you are, and kudos to you, because we didn't expect it to happen that quick. But definitely appreciative of it, and a lot of folks will be. It's called a cruising tour, Tennessee's Great Valley, Sequatchie Valley Scenic Byway. And you know how Pikeville has car shows now. You know, ours is always, well, it's always been the first Saturday of the month, I think, and it's still that way. Pikeville's will always be the first Saturday of each month at 4 o'clock, and the first one will be in May, so it's coming up soon, really soon. Dunlap's will always be the second Saturday of the month. Powell's Crossroads will be the third Saturday of every month. And also they start at 4. All of them start at 4 except for Crossville, which is on the fourth Saturday of each month. Theirs will start at 12 p.m. Now the key is to go to all 4 of these at least once. Now we've had some confusion over this. I'm not saying you have to go to them every time. I don't think that's too confusing, but I'll make it very clear. You just have to go one time, okay, to each one of these, and they will give you what, a sticker,
A puzzle piece.
a puzzle
Okay.
piece
That you put on your dash
Right.
or your windshield.
Yeah, and there's a reason why they're giving this to you, folks. You have to show these. You have a chance of winning some really cool prizes, don't you?
And some big money.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if you
that's
go to
right.
all 4 of them as a car,
Damn, I have to go myself. Anyway, figure that out. But each car owner will be eligible, like we were saying, to receive a puzzle piece for each cruising attended. Collect a puzzle piece from all 4 towns, then you'll attend the Celebration Cruise-In, which will be held in Dunlap on December the 10th of this year at noon. And there's where you'll receive the 5th and final piece of the puzzle. And that's when you're going to find out what prize you're going to win, is what I'm guessing.
you'll have to
And this will provide you the opportunity to win one of numerous weekend getaways. Numerous, I like that, so it's going to be a number of things. Weekend getaways in Tennessee's Great Valley, the Sequatchie Valley, which
I heard
these
it
are all
was
nice towns.
one of the
If you take
prizes
the
is
back road-
1,000 big ones.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
that
wow.
prize. I like
That's
that.
a pretty big prize for
That's a
little
nice
small
prize
towns.
for a
You know, all
first
4 small
event.
towns USA.
That's all part of the Sequatchie Valley Scenic Byway.
Yes.
It
The
is,
program, the
yes.
designation that they've come up with, so
I'm
that's
so
a neat
glad
thing.
they're
And of
doing
course,
this.
the first Saturdays
Mm-hmm.
is the Main Street Committee had already.
Mm-hmm.
It does such a great job.
Oh, and the
And
one
started
here.
our car
oh.
show.
Oh
They
man, it's
have
been
music. They have food vendors. A lot of things
it's
going
really
on.
good. Really.
And
I can't believe how good it's gotten. Really. No offense to the way it used to be, but it used to not be that great.
So
But it's really good now. Really good.
It's wonderful.
It
Big crowd,
is.
and Becky Ridley brought this in on the first one
Yeah.
in May.
It'll
to
kind of coincide with that. Yeah.
She's working with, May is Mental Health Wellness Month, and they are going to do a walk at 5 o'clock. You can register at 4 and do a walk, and
Oh gosh,
I
it's a great
believe
time to
she-
do this.
so you might want to
And
get in on
she's
that.
you definitely want to participate in that and help them out. It's for a good cause. And she was literally just in here before we started filming. I think she's going to be a guest next week to
Yep.
talk about this.
That's
So
right.
we'll give you the rundown of all this good stuff. And May the 7th is when all this officially kicks off. Pikeville's is first, and that will be May the 7th, which is just, what, a couple of weeks away, if that. A couple
Coming up
of weeks.
quick.
Coming up quick.
So I want to throw this out there. I was in Dunlap
that.
the other day with Cody McCarver and doing a video down there about Valley Fest. So let's be
Mhm.
sure and remember that Valley Fest is coming up really quick.
Oh, Valley Fest
And
is
it's
coming up.
free this year.
I know, I like that.
Completely free. It doesn't cost a dime. The vendors have paid for it.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes. And CDB, Charlie Daniels Band's going to be there Friday night.
Correct? Remember
And-
me reading that last week? I
Oh
was
my
like, well,
goodness. It's going
Charlie
to be,
Daniels.
you need to look it up. Our listeners need
Can
to
you
look it
believe
up.
that?
I didn't. Had to do a double take. But
Yeah, we were like,
yeah.
yeah.
shows you need
Probably
to read
passed
stuff
away.
before you. That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, how's he gonna be?
But
there?
this is band members that he had
Right.
during this time, and they are doing like
They'll
a
be
tribute
good.
thing, and it's actually part of most all of the players are veterans, and so they're putting on Friday nights veterans show. Veterans sit VIP front row and second row. All you got to do is show up and tell them you're a veteran, and they're going to put you right up in front. Those seats are
That's real good.
being saved. This seat saved? Yeah. Well, this seat
Yeah,
is
for a
saved
veteran this
That's
time,
right.
that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Because they don't always get that treatment.
And Friday
They
night's
deserve
never
that
been
treatment,
part of
though.
Valley Fest through the years,
I
but
didn't
now
think
they're
so.
making it that 3 nights.
I like that.
And I do too. Yeah.
I really like that.
It was something to do on Friday night.
And that's also, well, that's the first weekend in May is when that is, correct?
You guys got to look up my video that I done with Cody down there the other day. It's hilarious. We had a good time.
Well, tell us,
On my
is it out
Facebook.
yet? On your Facebook?
On my
Okay. Well, we'll do that. And my guest helped me out with finding out these announcements. We got some breakfast, as always, to talk about. There's a big one tomorrow. It's at the Lusk Community Center. And they're going to be hosting their big country breakfast with various trimmings. It's going to be tomorrow, April 23rd. It'll be from 6:30 to 10 a.m. This one is sponsored by Janine Boynton, who is a candidate for the Bledsoe County Register of Deeds. Proceeds go towards the cost of summer utilities and playground building maintenance. So it's for a really good cause, as always. If you have any questions, though, you could call Melanie Knight at 618-0404. I like that. That's easy. 618-0404. And Daryl, feel free to go and turn that down if you want to.
It's hot.
If you don't, the first break I will be. Anyway, give Melanie a call. Like I said, that's an easy phone number, 618-0404.
That's always a really good breakfast.
It is,
Down
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually have to be fond of one of the people who will be cooking there. So
Oh, okay.
my wife.
Oh,
she'll be
Oh,
there.
she's going to be prepared.
She's gonna
Okay.
cook, so
Well, they do have a good one.
Yep.
They have a spread. They do. They put on the whole
They do.
everything you can have for breakfast. They'll probably have it.
And you know, I have to say, I don't know of any of them I can say, man, that food ain't no good. I wouldn't waste my time.
And may I
honestly
mention?
can't say that.
May I mention also that they depend on these breakfasts
Yes.
to buy. I mean, that's like 9 Mile Bluegrass Festival
Yes.
coming up very soon. They got a brand new to them fire truck, and it was because of people coming out and buying their breakfasts and coming to the breakfast.
Well, it's
is that a word?
It is. That's why we
and their bluegrass
tell people
events and
that.
things of that sort. So that's really important to support it.
Anytime you go to a breakfast like that, you're right, it's for a good cause, just going and paying the money, because they're volunteer for a reason. They have to pay for this stuff somehow. That's how they do it. Every fire department here in Bledsoe County, folks, is volunteer. Remember that. And we also have a breakfast at Cold Springs, and it's also tomorrow. This is a fundraising breakfast. It's going to be from 7 to 10 a.m., and they're going to include eggs, biscuits, and gravy throughout the town. I'm assuming hash browns, bacon, sausage, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink. $8 minimum donation per tray.
now this is the Baptist church, right?
Yeah, this is at Cold Springs Baptist Church, and it's also tomorrow. So you got
Two breakfasts.
two
You can eat
options so
twice
far.
tomorrow.
And you can give them a call. They will also, they will deliver in town. I thought I read that right, but I want to make sure. They will deliver in town. The number to call is 533-2125. 533-2125. And that is also tomorrow. Theirs starts at 7 a.m. And I know there's something else on, here. You gotta be kidding me. Another one on the same, I've never seen this happen. 3 on the same day. Wow. I haven't seen this happen.
So no matter what end of the town
Yeah, you're
you
going
live on, or county you live
And
on.
this is another really good one. It's the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department
Ooh, yeah.
breakfast. Theirs is really good. And it will be from 7 to 10 a.m. And on their menu, it's always a little bit different. I guess that's why I like it. They add some things to it. They got biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, and hash browns. But they also have pancakes and waffles. That's what I like. and the waffles with fruit toppings this month. They also have bacon, sausage, country ham, fried bologna, as Papa says. I never say that. It's fried bologna, fruit, orange juice, coffee, milk, and water to drink. $10 a plate, and children 10 and under can eat for free. Man alive, a lot going on.
And also, someone like Miss Collier's jelly will be there. Remember, she
hers
said
is at the
her
Mount
jelly
Crest
is
one.
Yeah.
Now that one's the Mount Crest one.
Oh, is it?
I think it's next week. Yeah, we're gonna see if she sticks to that.
We're gonna have to check out her
Michelle
jelly and see if
Collier's
it's as
supposed
good
to
as
be
the
making
old one.
homemade jelly. We'll see if she sticks to that. And Robby, I forgot one, and I forgot one. What was we talking about? There's a benefit, aren't there?
Oh, there's benefits at the Black Bear for
Yes. Was it
Mr. Dearman.
Dearman?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't remember the time, but we're going to pull
it
that
starts at
up.
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Saturday.
tomorrow.
And it's for William Dearman
Okay.
that passed away. So this is
Oh,
how
okay.
it
It's
was
probably for medical expenses, I'm sure. And yeah, and the funeral, it's not cheap. Well, that's also tomorrow, but at least it starts at 1 p.m. So we'll be having it at the same time. And that's at the flea market. It's on Tip Top, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool place, Captain. I've been out there, folks. Go check it out. So lots and lots and lots to pick from tomorrow. That is for sure. They definitely can't say nothing to do tomorrow, folks. All right. Now, it is trivia time.
Now,
Miss
Billy,
Ruth.
you put me on the spot.
Well,
Last minute.
I
You
know.
said, can you come up with some trivia?
I did do that to
And
her.
I'm awful with trivia.
So I just,
But I can say I've spent 45 minutes trying to find jokes. And
well, I don't know jokes. Do you know jokes? Have you
No,
got
I
a joke?
do.
well, all the
do
jokes
not
I
have
know are not, I couldn't say on here, folks. They're
Oh.
funny though. I would say any of them.
Okay, well, you told me to come up with a few from my book,
Yes.
so,
Yes. And
so
then now,
I'll do that.
okay. And if you want, now if you need time to get them together, we can go on a commercial break now.
I'm ready. Are you
You
ready?
ready?
I'm
All
ready.
right,
You ready?
I'm ready.
We're ready.
Well, I'm never ready for trivia, but Pawpaw's is in. Whew,
Well,
these are hard.
I had a few since it's election time,
Oh,
maybe about how our county government works.
there you go.
Are you up on that? Or I had some from my book that are
Oh,
have to do more with history, so
That book,
maybe
I
we'll
love that
just-
book. I'm getting my copy today.
go back and forth.
That sounds like
Here's
a
one.
plan, Ruth.
Are you a baseball fan?
Mm-hmm.
You probably are. aren't you?
I am.
No? You
I'm
are.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a sports junkie.
I'm
He don't like
anti-sports.
He don't like sports. Something wrong with him.
I like marbles.
Papa's always trying to call marbles a sport.
Marbles.
He's
That's a
been trying to
sport.
convince me of that for years.
Hey, do
I
y'all
can
remember
believe
when they had the thing out at Fall Creek Falls, the marble where you got in there and shot marbles and everything? Right there in front of the
I had
main
forgot
office
about
right there.
that. I was a
Which
little boy.
they tore it down now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But that's what it was. It was old marble.
No way.
Arena. I don't know what you call it, but it's a marble
So it
arena.
really was a sport.
Yeah, it was a sport.
That is
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Sure did.
So what was the name of the Major League Baseball player
Okay.
who coached a ball team in Pikeville and lived here for a few years?
Now, did he coach a professional ball team or a
Well,
collegiate team? Like a college?
I guess they called them semi-pros at that time.
Oh, the minor leagues,
it
like
was-
the
yeah.
okay, like the lookouts and things like that.
Well, at that time, every town had its own team,
oh,
and so they
okay.
actually made. It was actually a job, part-time job that they made a little money off of.
really?
But it was very popular in small towns, and they would go around and play.
Do you
Oh,
remember?
wow. No, I didn't know that.
Well, I just
You
realized
taught
my
me something I
lifeline. is-
didn't
I know.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to be clueless on this one, aren't
Yeah.
we? And you don't even like sports, so you're.
The only thing I can think of is Papa has told me about when they used to play ball back when he was a kid, they would play 9 Mile had a ball group.
Yes,
Bible had a ball
Right.
group.
Right.
Yes.
Dunlap had a ball group, and they were boys and girls, you know, I guess. And,
Just co-ed.
and they would go and play each other very close to.
That is true.
And so that's kind of neat. But anyway,
Is that what?
These
That's
were
not
don't have
pretty
a clue.
serious teams.
Yeah, these are
So
serious
it-
things.
His name was Shufflin' Phil Douglas.
Shuffling
Shufflin' Phil.
What a
And
name.
he pitched in the 1921 World Series.
Okay, so he
Oh,
was,
wow.
he was
Giants.
professional.
I didn't know
And
Okay.
won. He pitched
And
against,
won?
pitched
Cool.
against Babe Ruth.
What
And
the
they
heck?
played the Yankees. And unfortunately,
Ooh.
Shufflin' Phil, even though he had such natural talent, had
Mhm.
some personal problems and some alcohol
Which
problems.
happens to so many of them.
And he ended up his life. He got thrown out of Major League
Oh, wow.
Baseball because of the problems he had, and
They face
lived
enormous
around-
pressure, though.
Yes.
I get it. Yeah.
lived around towns in the South in this area,
And he
and
lived here.
coached ball.
Wow.
how neat.
Uh-huh.
I always learned
I
something.
did not know that.
I always learned something cool like that every
I
time I
think
talked to
that's
her.
pretty neat.
Every time. Yes.
You know,
That is pretty
Roy
cool.
Lee has told me his
Roy Lee,
father,
you know.
Mr. Stanifer, who had the
Mhm.
dry cleaners, and had told him stories about him too, and
Really?
just what a phenomenal.
Wonder how he
pitcher
got the
was.
name Shuffling Phil.
They said the way he walked, the way he walked out to the mound, he kind of
Okay.
shuffled.
Okay.
I was thinking he might have shuffled when he threw. Or
I
something.
had to ask that one.
So you might remember this one.
Okay.
So that was a big
outlaw-
zero.
Our outlaw John Merle. Where's he buried?
Oh, he's Worthington. Am I close? Dang it.
Who's it?
John Merle, you know.
John Merle, our outlaw.
Oh,
Yeah, I know he's
famous
buried.
outlaw.
It's backwards.
Kentucky?
And his head's. He's
Is it in
he's
Kentucky?
here. It's in here. It's in this
No, in
county.
Bledsoe County.
I've been to the grave. He was
Have you?
famous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Infamous. His head's
Uh,
cut off. Literally cut off. And a lot of other
And-
spots too that I can't say.
So is that the same guy that the AG family? I think it was the AG family. Maybe it was
He was
one of the other groups that
outlaw.
sang. Maybe it wasn't the AGs. It was somebody
Oh,
else that sang this
Track-
song.
Track
Track 29,
29.
129.
I wouldn't be
They done a
surprised.
song about
They
him.
wrote this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I can't believe I knew that.
Yep.
Well,
they
he
that
was
was
a
part of
famous
it.
outlaw.
Did a great job. That's a really good song.
I'm not
that
sure.
tells the
I don't know
story
about the
of his
buried
life.
thing though.
It is.
I've been to it and can't think of the dang cemetery. I know it's on East Valley
East Valley
Road.
Road, Smyrna Cemetery.
Smyrna, dang it!
Really?
That was close.
Wow.
You should go see
But he
it
was in
sometime.
prison in Nashville
He
for
was
a
in
while.
prison in Nashville, and
But tell
he
this
got
part.
10
Well,
years
I'll say
for.
I can't remember what he done.
He
He got a lot of attention
stole-
though.
Yeah, he got a 10-year sentence, and so
Mhm.
then he got TB. They let him out a couple months early,
Mhm.
and he came to Bledsoe County.
So in the
He
song,
is
I think
basically-
in the song they talk about how he would go to churches and preach
did.
at the
That-
church and
that's
take
what
a
they said.
donation
Yes.
and
They
then
said he
steal all the money
Yes,
and leave.
that's true. That's
They
And he
said
did
he
that like
was-
over and over again, and
he
they would
was-
just let him do it for some
He was
reason.
very handsome, very charismatic.
Well, that's why
and
he
he had
convinced
such
them.
a way of, he would preach in this church and,
Mhm.
and get
They
it
would just-
going big, and so the rest of his gang would steal the best horses outside
Right.
while he had them in
But
thrall.
while we're talking about him, gotta say this: it's famous how he's buried. Like, it's not. It's supposed to be east to west, right?
Yeah.
Push your
His
face
is
the-
towards
This
the
is a
east.
complete opposite because he's
North-
such a
they
bad
say-
man.
Wow.
They say he's buried north to south.
Yes,
because
north
he
to
was
south.
An outlaw.
Yes, and his head is cut off. His head
Wow.
was cut off even after he's dead.
Yep.
That's how much he was hated. They dug him up and cut off his head and other stuff. So
Welcome
he
to
must have
Bledsoe
been very
County.
hated. That's intense, isn't it?
I kind of hope he was dead when he.
Yeah, really,
yeah.
If not afterwards, he was.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, no.
where was the original county seat of Bledsoe County?
The original county seat.
It was not Pikeville.
Oh crap! Robby,
It was-
You know.
I don't know that either.
It was down towards the high school, right?
Police station.
Police station,
College Station.
Mount Airy.
Mount
Oh,
Airy.
and
that
Okay,
was
so
the-
it's in
that
between.
was the
Yeah, okay. I knew it was
access.
right
They
in
had
there
better
somewhere.
roads
Yeah.
I didn't know
down
that.
there.
I knew
Yeah,
something.
maybe.
It was at Mount Airy.
Well, Mount
And
Airy
something
should be our
happened-
next guess. We're at
Something
Police
happened
Station, College
in the
Station.
realm of whatever, and they decided to move the whole thing here, right?
Yes.
I don't know what happened or whatever.
Well, of course, in the early days, the boundary lines of Bledsoe County
Mhm.
changed a lot.
Oh,
So
I'm sure.
when they changed for the last time, and Sequatchie County was formed,
That's when they
it
moved to
put the
Pikeville.
put the county seat on. I guess they thought too far of an end of the county, and they
Probably
wanted it
so.
more centralized.
I kind of get it. Kind of makes
So-
sense now.
Yeah. So.
Dang,
Okay.
I'm like, we're really doing terrible,
Okay.
but we're learning
Okay,
a lot.
Robbie's got this. What's our lost mining town? What used to be a big mining town
I'm hoping Robbie has this one.
in Bledsoe County?
Wait, now used to be a mining town. Hold up,
Used to be
Lifeline.
a big company town that had their own script, own doctor, own school.
And it was here?
Yeah.
You don't know
The only place I would
Way
think
down
of is right down the valley, right down here.
At
Yeah.
Fountain.
Yeah.
that. That's it.
Okay.
That'd
We'll
be
Is
the
that
only
it?
place I
give
could
him credit
think
for
of.
that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
we'll give him credit.
So
He's
1 to
my lifeline.
4
He's
0.
got He's my lifeline.
I really didn't know that. I knew about the area down
So
there.
anybody ever been to
only
the Coke
thing that I-
Museum in Dunlap?
Yeah.
A wonderful museum. Everybody needs to go. Beautiful
Yeah.
museum.
Oh yeah.
It
It
is
used to
good.
It
be
is.
when the railroad, they built
Mm-hmm.
a spur. When the railroad came up the valley, all of a sudden, it was so handy
I bet.
to pull coal out of there. Big-
We talked about that the other day,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah, right down there used to
Well,
be.
that's how Lusk got its name.
Yeah.
Mr. Lusk owned the mining company.
I didn't know
And,
that.
and he gave a big donation for Lusk School. And it
Oh,
was built, and so it's
See
still
ya.
Lusk. And he has, even
Amazing.
though there aren't, their last name isn't Lusk, he
Mhm.
has a lot of descendants still.
Oh,
throughout
really?
Bledsoe County.
See, when I was a kid down there between 127 and
Mhm.
Old Highway 28, you know, there used to be a lot of coal delivered in that
Piled
area.
in there. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and the old building, the old structures were still there and everything, and they actually still loaded coal out there. I mean, when I was real young, and I can't tell you when they tore all that down and stuff, but I guess when they took up the rail line, it came all the way to Pikeville, which for if they'd left in
That was
town,
devastating.
and it would be,
That was a real mistake for our
Yeah,
community.
yes,
A
it was.
huge
Get rid of the
mistake.
railroad track.
Yeah, everybody knows
Huge
that.
mistake.
Everybody knows that now, but at
So.
the time, it,
Because I was telling him, I was telling Robbie, I barely, I do remember it, but I was really, really young. I guess that's why I remember it. Train gets your attention as a little kid, you know. And I remember thinking, you know, where'd it go? You
Yeah.
know, but
Well,
I
I
don't know.
got the, I guess, privilege of working on the turntables down in Trine, Georgia,
yes.
and the Civil War tunnels down in Tunnel Hill.
Oh, wow.
We rebuilt, and then we redone several old railroad depots. And
is
it was
cool.
all grants to the federal government and everything. But the
Yeah.
state handled the process and all that.
That-
So it was
That's
It was
interesting.
just
Yeah.
interesting because it was different than
It
than
really
building a road
is.
or anything like that.
Exactly. Any more education for us?
well, y'all aren't doing too good.
No, we're not. We've got one. So we're
Let's
learning
go.
a lot.
Let's go to
Miss
some-
Robnett would not be proud of us.
No, I'm afraid she might go back on your permanent record.
Yeah. I'm glad my father's dead because she'd be calling him. Maxie, what do you do to your boy?
Well-
Did I teach him anything?
Speaking of Miss Robnett,
Oh, county historian.
their sister was
Tommy.
Miss
Schofield.
Tommy Schofield.
Mm-hmm.
It was on a postage stamp.
What?
Her portrait was on a postage
I
stamp.
did not know this.
For the
Women-
state of Tennessee?
Women
Or
for the country.
nationwide?
For the country, U.S.
wow.
Postal Service. She was in the military, and
Amazing.
I knew
she was in the Marines,
Ah,
and stationed in Michigan, and they did a special women in the military stamp
Wow.
and with the faces of 4 women from each of the 4 branches at that time.
Yeah.
Brand
Oh,
and
okay.
Miss Sarah Paulson was one of them.
Really?
Yeah. Well, in fact, after
Well, she's their sister too.
she's her sister. And so after I started writing the book, in fact, Gary got on eBay and ordered me a set of those stamps, of the actual stamps that I have.
Man.
So I think that's a pretty neat thing.
Of course, yeah, that's very neat.
Hey, I'm related to her, and I didn't even know that.
I mean,
I had no idea.
we're learning so much today.
So yeah, I thought
We're
that was
getting a
really
good
cool
history lesson.
Wow.
that she was on that.
I'll be in trouble.
I know you would be. Instead of trivia for me and Robbie, it's a history lesson.
Well,
That's a
me
good
and
one.
Robbie
We're
came up
learning
with
a
a
lot.
trivia question while we were
Oh,
sitting
okay.
here.
Let's
Oh,
hear it.
did
So
you?
for y'all two,
We're
Listen to
We're
that
ready.
shit.
Come
how
on, Billy.
That's
how
right.
does the road commission get their money? Where does the road commission get their money from to fix the roads and to take care of the roads?
Used to, you couldn't get it from hardly nobody, but
That's a
Nashville.
That's a great question
That's
because
a
a lot of
great-
people
yeah.
don't understand that.
They don't.
They don't.
It is the
There's-
only thing
The
that
state
it
don't have
doesn't
to do
matter
that.
if you buy it in Bledsoe County.
Nope.
So you can fill up in Crossville,
Yeah.
Dunlap, Chattanooga, and it doesn't affect
That's true.
your
Right.
budget.
That's
So
true.
if you're
It's-
visiting here or living in Bledsoe County, please go buy Bledsoe County gasoline. Because
Yeah,
that's
of
the
course.
only way this young man
Of
gets
course,
money
yeah.
from Nashville. Is that not right?
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
well,
it is. What it
good
is
point, yeah.
it's we are funded through the gas state tax.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter where you purchase the gas in the state of Tennessee, as long as it's purchased in the state of Tennessee. They throw all that money in a pot. Now
Mhm.
there's 95 counties.
Wow.
So the first
Mhm.
50% is divided up between the 95 counties evenly. The next 25% is based on land mass.
Mm-hmm.
The remaining 25% is based on population, which
Mhm.
Bledsoe is very low at. So
It-
that's how we come up.
yeah.
And now
It's
your
not
larger
exactly
counties
a great system, but
and other counties, they're funded by
It's
their
fair,
county
though.
and,
That's
or
fair.
city and
It
stuff
used
like
to not
that. But
be.
Bledsoe's not.
it used to
only
not
funded by
be.
the
So
gas tax.
yeah, it's been costly at times. It really has. I mean, they'll straight up tell you no.
But
They
then
will
most
straight
people
tell you
think
no.
that Robbie gets that money and he gets to distribute it out everywhere he wants
He does
to.
not get to
Nashville
do that. No.
deals with that money. We
Nashville
were talking
gets
about
the
that a little bit
money.
ago.
Would
and
think
they send
that.
it to us
And it's-
monthly. And what it is when they collect it, it takes them 2 months to get that money out to us. So you're always 2 months behind,
Mm-hmm.
but you're always receiving a payment every month.
Yeah.
So it's
better
it doesn't
now
matter.
than what it was. Believe. I mean, it's making some
Yes,
progress,
and,
isn't it?
well, it is. They upped
Mhm.
it here 3 years ago. They upped the
Mhm.
gas tax a little bit. But what a lot of people don't understand too
Mhm.
is if gas goes to $5 a gallon,
Yeah.
we
Which
only
we know now it
collect
could.
the
That
same
same
percentage
amount of money. That's
if it's
right.
set at $1 a gallon. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter what the price of the gallon is.
That's a
We
big
receive
catch.
in gas tax the same amount.
Yeah.
It does not change.
And that's
So-
not.
and
that's
it's
not
around-
right.
I can't remember if it's 22 or 27%
Mhm.
cents per gallon is what the state collects off each gallon. It's somewhere in there. I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah, you're
Well, I
about
tell you
spot on.
this is just Darylology.
Never once finished the trivia, Darylology.
But-
okay.
Our roads are better now than they've ever been in Bledsoe County because
Good.
of Robbie Roberson.
well, I appreciate
And
that.
I believe that 100%.
And
I
I
know
do
I'm not
want to
supposed to
point
be
out,
biased, whatever, but hey.
in the legislature this past voting, they were going to suspend the gas tax. They were voting to suspend it. It didn't go through, thank goodness.
Mhm.
But it would have completely wiped out the highway department. We
Yeah.
would have had no funding. We'd have had
I
to
know
shut the
it.
doors. There would have been no fixing any potholes. There would have been
Then
nobody's
nothing.
salaries paid. We have enough money for cash flow, and
That's good.
because of the COVID.
Mhm.
The state, when the COVID first hit, they said, you better cut 40%. 40%.
Mhm.
We started it the month they said it, and they were talking about the next year's budget.
Yeah.
So we have tried to keep that theme of cutting the budget because of the COVID, because we didn't know how it was going to turn out.
No, of course
I
not.
was looking at laying people off, and we actually
Well,
did
it's a
lay
bunch
2
of-
people off. But we only had like 3 or 4 months of bad collection, and I mean really bad.
Yeah, well,
We
what?
had the cash fund to
Yeah.
sustain that, and only lay off 2 people.
Well, we
but-
talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
You've kept something going. Robbie's doing great too, but I have to say, Marvin was a great road supervisor too.
He was.
He
He
come in
was.
with
I'll give you that.
nothing.
Yes.
When you're 500,000 in the minus, you have absolutely nothing to work
Yes.
with. So, and he endorsed Robbie, and I think you kept, y'all kept a good thing going, and it needs to continue like that. That's got to continue, or it's just
Yes.
going to be right back to square one.
I think people don't
They don't realize
how
how
many
hard it is.
miles of road we have in Bledsoe
Yeah.
County.
I know it's a big.
This is
county.
one of the biggest counties in Tennessee too.
It is. We have
Yes.
500 miles, a little over 500 miles of roadway, and 200 of it is still gravel.
Wow.
So
That's
uh,
astronomical.
we have to maintain what is already paved, and we don't have great roads. I mean, I know that.
But people don't understand you don't always have the money to fix them right on you either. They don't.
That's
get
right.
that.
We're trying to maintain what we got, and we're
Mhm.
trying to maintain the gravel roads.
Mhm.
So it's a maintaining thing right now. When we
Yeah.
do get extra money, I do tar and chip or pave extra roads and everything. Right now we're down on McWilliams Road, tarred and chipping it. It's in super bad shape. We done about 4.5 miles over on Old 28.
That's good.
And it was 98% state funded. It was a different funding that
Yeah.
done that. The same with the Old Mountain Road and Simmons Road that we just completed. It was money that came from the governor that the county commission give to us.
That's good because that
And
was just completed.
it was
I mean,
just
I saw
completed,
that.
so-
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
It's done, and their striping truck tore up.
Well, in 30 years, we've been here, this in Bledsoe County, 30 years, and I was telling you earlier, our roads are just because, say Lowe's Gap.
Yes.
Lowe's Gap Road was unpassable 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It was not
Well,
much more than a trail.
You wouldn't see me on it. I
Yeah,
can tell you that.
and now it has a lot of pullovers,
Right.
a lot of great culverts. You
Yes.
saved the mountainside, by the way, because it was washing out.
It
Is
was
that not
washing
true?
away.
The
and
mountain was washing away.
we come in and probably more than
It
doubled
rained so
how many
much.
culverts was in there.
Yeah.
There was a lady, and I should have wrote her name down. She went up on the side of the mountain during 2018, the flood, and you
Yeah.
couldn't see the road. It was just a river coming down through there.
Mm.
Right.
And if
Should
you'd
be
have went
scared
down,
to death.
you'd went down in Mr. Swofford's field at the bottom, you'd have seen every ounce of gravel that was on that road
bet.
down there in his
In
field.
his field.
Mm.
And,
Wow.
we had to rebuild the road. We increased
I remember that.
amount of
Mm.
drainage on there, and then
Yeah, there's a lot.
we got funding through FEMA to tar and chip it. So,
They should have
and
done that.
I have
before.
just got back the final payment on that, and that was from 2018.
Yeah.
And that was several hundred thousands of dollars
Yeah.
money that we
Was
had.
in limbo, right?
It
I
was
guess?
sitting in limbo, and
Well,
we knew we
like
were
I
going
said,
to
the
collect
public
it, but you
don't
don't know
understand.
when.
Yeah. They really don't get how it works.
And we were able to tar and chip it from top to bottom. Now
Mhm.
I want to tell everybody, in them sharp curves, that tar and chip is sensitive. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not a good.
Well, there's one,
It's
the
still not a
main,
good idea.
the
I
main
was thinking
switchback
of it, no
curve
way.
is dug out, but it's
Yes.
y'all been trying to keep it maintained even.
Right.
Yes.
And
And
keeping
we're
the
gonna get-
boulders out of it.
And
and
we
stuff.
will get back to all this. But
Sorry,
we
I
got
didn't mean
way
to
off
sidetrack us, but
topic.
that's so
no,
good
no,
of stuff right there.
Trick.
It is,
Well,
yeah.
I've got some easier ones.
Thank God.
Well, I hope so.
But we've learned a lot.
But
Learned a
I
lot, though.
thought
That's
too,
true.
and you probably get this. We have a lot of people who have moved in from different states
Absolutely.
where they have a different government setup.
They
and
do.
may not
They do.
realize that things work a little differently here.
That's
So,
exactly right.
we
Ooh,
have-
I'll be nice. Cool.
And
Yeah.
I'll take it here, right?
We have 6 commission districts, 2 commissioners per district, except out at Brockdale and over the mountain, because they
Right.
have 3 because of their population.
Well,
to
yeah.
keep that the
Makes
same.
sense.
So, and we get questions. Each office holder is their own boss. I mean, the voters are their boss. But
Well, yeah.
But Robby is completely in charge of his own department
Right.
and makes the decisions, and it's not like the mayor and the county commission are
Yeah,
over that
Mhm.
or telling him what to do. Well, probably telling you what to do, but you don't have to listen, right?
Exactly.
Never mind. I just put you on the spot.
Well, it's the
So,
truth, and
okay,
they
so-
don't have to listen.
So we get a lot of questions. Where do you get your car tags? What office is that?
Oh, that's Janice South.
Who is what?
Dang it, I knew he was going to ask that. It's
County clerk.
county
County
clerk.
clerk.
Dang it, dang it, dang it.
County clerk.
County clerk.
Clerk.
County clerk. Yes.
Where do you pay your taxes? You just said it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I say? Trustee. Yeah. You said it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I did.
Who sends
You're
your
right.
jury duty notice?
I don't know, but I like that they never.
Did you
well, I
get
don't
one?
want to
You
jinx
never got
myself.
one?
Yeah, I've gotten one, but I
It's
got out
Billy's
of it
turn to
somehow. If I ever serve, it better be a dang good case. It keeps my interest.
Well, I know where the office is, but I can't
Okay.
remember
Who does
his
send
name.
that?
Michael Walker.
Michael Walker.
Circuit
That's who
court
does
clerk,
it.
and that's upstairs, and all of those are in the courthouse.
That's true.
Here's one
I mean-
that's a little trickier. Why do all of the four-year offices run at the same time except the property assessor?
I really don't know. I never knew that.
I don't know that one.
Well, I'm showing my age because I'm going way back here.
Well,
To
we're
when
learning
Jackie
a lot.
Moody
Mhm.
was property assessor,
Mhm.
and he quit in the middle of his term, and he went on to be county. He was our first county executive. It had
Okay.
always been county judge, and then at that time
That's when
he
they changed
became
it. Yeah.
county executive. They
And it
called
was that for a
and-
long time.
until they came up that it needed
County
to be
mayor,
mayor. But anyway, and so somebody was appointed to fill in until the next election, and the next election just came on the 2-year off cycle.
Wow. So
So-
that is
That's what
why.
That's why
I bet
Zach
nobody.
Ollendorf,
I bet hardly
Right.
nobody knows that.
I did not.
I did not know.
yeah.
We
But I mean,
learned a
it-
lot today,
It
Robbie.
always seems odd because this is our big 4-year election, and then 2 years Zach will be the,
Yeah.
It'll be
it,
up for
it
Zach
does
Ollendorf will
confuse.
be,
It confuses people. I
that
know it
office
does.
will be up.
By the way, I love
Along
that.
with the city, kinda. The city does
Let's throw that out
too,
there.
correct? Didn't the city kinda on the same time frame?
2 years.
Yeah.
They do
Family's
the
so
2-year
cute.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one,
All right.
what office holders are not elected? I can think
Oh.
of 2 of them.
The one that Chancellor, is that it? Or Greg Forgy used to do
Good
it.
for you.
Yeah, I know that
Good for
one.
you.
Oh, Lisa
Chancery
Weathers.
Court.
Oh, maybe that
Oh,
one.
that makes 3.
Oh crap, there's no
Is
one.
that?
Well,
Yeah.
I thought we got them.
You thought you were done.
And we did for a long time. School superintendent. We
Yes.
used to
Oh,
elect
wow.
a school
Yeah,
superintendent.
when did that change? Because that I was in high school when they still
Was it?
had the election for that.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, but yeah.
because Ronnie
We've had some
Colbert had
good-
to run many
Yeah.
times. He
That
did.
used to be elected, and they thought it would pull politics
Mhm.
more out of that, and
I don't know why
that's
they
been,
thought
I
that,
think,
but yeah.
controversial. A lot of citizens would like to see that go back.
I
I'd like
think
to see it
the
go back.
majority. I
Would
think the
you?
majority would like to see that.
Yeah.
Probably so.
But now that's a thing that the board members decide on.
That had to be very recent, like maybe 20 years or something, because I remember.
I remember
that.
when Colbert was in there, so my kids were little, you know. or
Ronnie Colbert,
in
yeah,
school,
he'd have to run. He had to
He was
run.
great. He was a
He was a
great
good
superintendent.
superintendent.
And he always run. I mean, he always
He
had
was
somebody
fair.
run against
He was
him.
always fair.
Yeah. So it must have changed.
I drove
right
the school
after
bus
him.
for Bledsoe County when he was in, so.
Oh, did you?
I got-
Maybe it
I
changed.
got
It
to
must
deal
have
with it a
changed
little
right after
It
him.
must
You
have
know,
been.
over the years, we've had some great people in office.
Oh yeah.
On all the
Yeah.
offices.
Who've done,
We have.
who've
Yes.
done really good jobs, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
That's true. People just have to realize they
For
do
small
the
town
best with what
USA,
they're
I would
given.
definitely
I
say
wish
we've
there were-
had some great people
Absolutely.
running our government.
Absolutely.
have.
Yeah.
You just have to realize, like I say, each one of them they do the best they can with what they're allotted and what they. There's only so much a person can do. So
Amen to that.
it's good that we're talking about this. The public needs to know these things because I'm telling you, a lot don't. They do not know, so they need to know these things.
And every office holder has to do their best with the resources they have.
Exactly,
at times.
and sometimes
so,
there's not any.
You know,
You're right.
If you had unlimited money,
That would be, yeah,
it'd
that'd be great. That'd be great.
And we look at that. It's about the time as a county commissioner on the finance committee, and it's time for us to start
Yeah.
getting our new budget together. And you always get more requests than you have money for.
I'm
and
sure.
And they're good things. They're things
Oh, I'm
that
sure.
you wish you could fund.
Yes.
So have to
well,
make
same with
make a
y'all.
lot of
You can
hard
only do so much too.
decisions. So,
It's the same thing. I mean, you can only do what you're allotted, I guess you could say. But I think you guys, well, I know you guys try your best. That's all you
Try.
can do. That's all any of us can do, really, isn't it? At the end of the day.
I appreciate anybody who puts their name on the ballot, though.
I do too,
Unless
because
they're
you.
running against you. Right?
Right, yeah.
But,
I get what you're saying. You gotta have
but
some
it's difficult
nerve
to put your
do
name
it.
out there.
It is. It's very
and,
difficult.
And hard work to run for office.
Yeah, that's the key. It's not easy. You gotta work. You gotta work.
And
You gotta
nowadays
campaign,
with
you gotta
social
work.
media, there's so many people that have a opinion, you know,
Yeah, to
and
ignore
so
that
and
a lot,
we
yeah.
love that. I mean, we need to be able to voice our opinion, but without hate. Do it with love.
Exactly.
Do it with
Right.
love, and it would be a much
It
better
always
world.
gets out of control
It really would.
sometimes on those. Yeah. If they could do that, it'd be great.
Me and Robby was talking about it when he come in. I've been in trouble protecting him. I mean, being on his side a couple of times because I understand. I've been in business all my life, so I understand that you just have so much money and you've got to do this with this.
You
And
understand
so-
that, yes, but most of the public does not understand that. They do
don't.
not.
I mean, they always think, well, he's doing his grandmama's road. Why ain't he doing mine?
Yes.
And
yes.
really, he does.
They don't.
There's no, they don't.
They
do
don't
that.
understand
They don't
that
really
part.
do that.
And I have to stay neutral, so I can't say either way. That's what. So you won't hear me say. So I dare anybody to accuse me of showing favoritism, because I don't think I have I?
No, but I do.
No.
Yeah, but me, I haven't. You know.
You invited all
I paid
the
for my radio
I'll get-
spot, so I can do that.
I'll give every opportunity to
Invited
each
everybody
candidate to
on?
come on here. Yes,
Yes.
numerous
Absolutely,
times.
absolutely.
That's
I've
great.
actually told other candidates
Yes.
to say, be sure and get a hold of Billy because he's the one that books them, and
Yeah.
anybody and everybody is welcome, no matter what party,
I
who
said
you're
that
from,
probably
or whatever.
6 or
And
7
so I
episodes
really
in a
believe that.
row. Yeah. So
Well,
yeah,
I
I'm not-
am a candidate.
Oh,
I
you.
am a candidate
But
for
no,
county
true.
commission.
Nobody's running
Correct.
against you. That.
No.
Oh, good. Good, because you're
Not
good.
this time.
And since nobody's
Not
running
this
against you, I can be
I was gonna say, will you be
impartial on
for
that
me
one.
now?
Yeah, I'll be for you, Ruth. Ruth's got my vote.
So she's going to get like probably 60% of the vote.
Maybe. I'd be happy with that.
All right. Well, what we'll do, we got some of yours in on the trivia, but we are going to have to take a short break. But when we come back, we will be focusing on Robby's campaign and all that he has to offer and all that good stuff about being the road supervisor. So we will be interviewing Robby Roberson. That is coming up next, right after the break. Stay tuned, folks.
I am honored to have served you in my capacity as county executive over the last 10 years, and with your help and support on May the 3rd, I will again do my utmost to lead our county in a direction that will be most beneficial to our future. My commitment and pledge to you are the following. I will stand firm to protect and embrace our fundamental constitutional rights. I will continue to make healthcare and education the priority. I will continue to work with our industry leaders and other elected officials to improve and embrace new technology and services such as broadband, fiber, and renewable energy alternatives. I will promote and encourage new and existing small businesses and also startups by keeping taxes low and government intrusion at bay. I will think regionally, never forgetting that we are connected to our neighbors. If they win, we win. 54% of our workforce drive every day to a different county. we never should forget that. I will strive to keep our county beautiful and clean. I will honor and respect our veterans and fight for the senior citizens. I will embrace and encourage our youth. Folks, they're our future. I will promote a strong, effective, countywide emergency services organization, never forgetting that a government's number one purpose is to serve and protect. And lastly, I've not forgot that I work for you. I will listen to you, the people. My mother told me many years ago that God gave us one mouth and two ears for a reason. I'm Keith Cartwright, asking for your vote this May the 3rd.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Hey everyone, this is John Boynton III, and I'm running to be your next Bledsoe County Register of Deeds. I grew up here in Bledsoe County and graduated from Bledsoe County High School. I'm currently a realtor with Realty Executives Associates, and I think that experience will benefit me greatly in the office. I'm also chairman of the Bledsoe County Young Republicans. I'd greatly appreciate your support and your vote in the upcoming May 3rd Republican primary. I'm John Boynton III, and I approve this message.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
Ruth is out this week. And we're back with special guest co-host Ruth Burton and special guest incumbent road supervisor Robby Roberson. You're listening to us on WUAT Radio, watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV, and on our BTC Fiber YouTube page. Remember to get on there and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000. And since we've been taught, we've not had that long to promote it, but it's doing really well. It's well over 900 now, so we're close, guys. So please, if you don't care, get on there and subscribe to BTC Fiber YouTube. We will greatly appreciate it. And now our guest co-host, before we interview Robby, Ruth is going to mention our sponsors. I get a break this week.
Have a list of very, very fine sponsors.
That's right.
Morgan Brothers Barbecue, who doesn't like them?
No kidding.
And of course they have the venue and bank walkers too.
Which is really nice, by the way.
BTC Fiber.
Of course.
Does a lot for the community.
Yes.
Gibbs Swimming Pools.
And we're hiring right now.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not looking for a job. Are you really? That's why they can't find workers. We won't work.
I know.
Dexter's Barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
The Loom.
Long time going out, sad to say, going out of business.
Collier and Company Realty, Michelle Collier.
Who was our guest host last couple of weeks?
Citizens Tri-County Bank, First Farmers and Commercial Bank,
Yeah.
Lee Station Baptist Church,
Yeah, that's a new one. Thank you, Bill Wolf.
Cindy Nipper, real estate
Yes.
agent,
Thank you,
locally
Sandy.
here, Old Mill Dam Outdoor Adventures.
We are so filming there when they open.
They've got a lot of neat stuff.
They should be opening soon, shouldn't
Kayaks, gun range, you
Yes.
can ride horses there, so nice place.
It's happening. Timmy and Michelle, we will see you there. I know it'll be soon too.
Lisa Wheeler, the election commission.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa.
It's a busy time for her.
Very, very much so.
Emma Boynton is
Mhm.
retiring as our Register of Deeds.
Yes. And we will have her on that final week of her
Oh, good.
position. She's coming on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be
Michael
good.
Walker, Circuit Court Clerk.
Yes. All those were 3 or 4 year sponsors right there. So
Robbie
we're grateful.
Roberson, Road Superintendent.
Thank you, Robby. I
Amy-
can tell him in person.
Amy Agee, who's a candidate for trustee.
Yes,
And
who's
I see
also
her
been on the
sign.
show.
I seen her over there
Her
earlier.
sign is right across the road. We
It
can
sure
see it out the
is.
window, and so is Michael Walker's. And
Yeah, I see a bunch of them. I see literally a bunch of them. Amy was on the show not long ago.
anyway, thank you to all these sponsors.
Yes, and it is a good chance I missed somebody, and I do apologize, but Pawpaw has the list. So once again, I didn't intentionally leave anybody off, so please don't be mad at me.
So that was a disclaimer, right?
Because it wasn't. Oh, I can think of 2 right now that I forgot, but at least I remembered them. State Farm Insurance and Farm Bureau Insurance. Thank you, guys. Gotta have that insurance. So thank you guys for that. I'm sure I've left somebody off, but I do apologize
Catch
if
them
I
next
did.
week.
Absolutely. One other one right next door, literally right next door, is Cliff and Gale shop. All kinds of vendors set up here. The name has left me for some reason. It's right on that sign though out
What,
there.
Nickel Road?
I'm looking at somebody filming it to look at. Yeah.
Nickel Row Antique Mall.
Thank you.
I was thinking about the new shop
See,
that's
it's,
around the corner at the.
He's
No.
a year older today, so
Yes, I need
you've already
some help
taken
here.
a dive in your old age. book.
Exactly. So they're literally our next door neighbor. But seriously, folks, it's a cool place. There's a lot of vendors in here.
It
I
is.
mean, a lot.
It's
I
very
can't believe that it
interesting.
changes
It
so
is.
often. You know, I
It
can
does.
go walking through there, and then the next week walk through there, and it'll look
Yes.
completely different. And it's not they've moved stuff around.
No.
Those vendors actually move that stuff
They
out.
do.
and
They
move it back
work
in.
hard. They work
do.
hard. So I advise anybody to check it out. I really do. But now we're going to turn our attention to end the show today, really. We're going to turn our attention to our incumbent road supervisor, our guest, Robby Roberson. We've enjoyed having you here today. I told you to have a good time.
And so far we have.
Yeah.
It's turning
Free
into
lunch.
the
I
turning
know
into
it, right?
the hot seat now.
Yeah, now
It
he's
is
in
a
the hot seat.
seat. I stay there though. So.
Right.
So I get the first hot seat question.
You do?
I
They're
do.
gonna
Is
tell
that
you
what you
one
told? I
thing.
paid for it. No, I didn't. Robby Roberson, when are they going
Ask
to
him.
pave Summer City Road?
Summer City
Ooh.
Road is looking to be in the spring of 23.
And that's state pavement, right?
That is
That's real
state
stuff.
funded. So what they're going to do is they have some curves they're going to straighten out. The intersection of Highway 30 and Summer City Road and New Harmony Road, they're redoing all that intersection right there to make it safer and everything.
That's good.
Now, the way this come about is we obtained some funding because of the farming in that community. And that funding is federal money, and it comes from the federal government. It goes straight to DOT. They
Wow.
do everything. They buy the right-of-way, they handle the utilities, they do the design, they're going to do the construction work. At the end, they'll say, here, county, here's a new road for you. Take care of it.
That's awesome.
They're going to straighten out
Is,
some curves, and they're going to put at least, I can't remember if it's 3.5 or 3 1/4 inches asphalt on it. and that's down to Liberty Hill Road, and then they've got another mile that's past Liberty Hill Road that they're going to resurface also. So
Oh, that's good.
it's quite a bit of undertaking. It's
Well, yeah, it's going to take time.
they
yes.
estimated at $2.1 million.
Wow.
And the county, we paid our part, which was some matching funds for the utilities on the state right-of-way part. And that was around, I think it was $43,000. We paid it back in 2018.
Good
So
deal.
it's all been done with. I know they're contacting some of the property owners now out there. So, and that's about all I know.
That's great.
Well,
Go and
that's
buy.
enough. That's
Go to the farmers out there and buy your produce this
Yes,
year and
yes.
every year.
Yeah,
I really believe in supporting our farmers.
yes.
So that extra
Yeah,
part
absolutely.
beyond Liberty Hill Road, it won't be on Liberty Hill Road.
No.
It'll just be
It'll
same
be
road
on
past
Summer
it.
City.
Okay, as you go
Gotcha.
toward
Yes.
Luminary.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good though. That'll be
Oh.
good when that gets completed.
But that's really where the road starts getting kind of rough anyway.
Well,
Right
right
in that
there,
general area.
right there to your right is where you turn down Liberty Hill.
Right.
And Donald Henderson owns a packing plant there that is responsible for the biggest thing that got this together.
Oh,
Is
cool.
he is the #1 producer of produce in the state of Tennessee, right here in Bledsoe County.
Didn't
Wow.
know
A lot of people don't know that.
And does a lot of Walmart.
He does.
Business.
He
Tremendous
produces
amount.
everything for Walmart. It
Wow.
leaves his packing plant and goes to Walmart ready to buy, ready to sell. And if you ever been to his packing place, it's a farm now. You got dirt,
It's a
mud,
working
and
farm.
tractors and everything. You can eat off the floor.
Wow.
It's so
Wow.
clean. I mean, it's
And,
unbelievable.
and has
Oh yeah, it's the most
rooms
up
out
to
there.
date.
not a
Yes.
hotel,
Oh, wow.
but-
Yeah, they
but
got like a hotel there for
No
the migrant
way.
workers.
Living
Oh yeah.
quarters.
Wow, I didn't know
I
that
think
either.
it's up to it's either up to 700 or 750. I can't remember.
It's quite an operation.
It
He
is.
has
I'm-
it's unbelievable.
Hundreds of trucks,
Yeah.
though, use that road.
That's amazing.
Anywhere from 40
I know
to
people
60
don't know
tractor
about
trailers
this.
a day travel down that road. So you
Wow.
can
So
imagine.
they paid the taxes on it, I guess,
So
Yeah.
I'm
Technically.
sure.
Yeah.
technically.
I would say people on that mountain probably know about it, but outside of there, I'd say most
Yes.
people do not know what
No.
you just said. I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
Quite
That's
an
that's
really
why
interesting.
a lot of the truckers are getting stuck on Lowe's Gap is because of this. GPS is sending them that way.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we
Oh,
have put
man.
up signs in each direction, there's 5 signs. And they pass by them, and they get hung up, and they say, "Did you not see the signs?"
I know.
Yeah, we passed them signs. We thought they really didn't mean it.
They
Yeah.
trust GPS too
Yes,
much. You
they
can't.
do.
Can't
GPS
trust
will.
GPS.
No, you
So-
cannot.
No, so that drives on perfect road.
You cannot.
So
I know
it's-
of probably
it's,
10 times that trucks got stuck there this last year and had to be towed up backwards or
Yes.
have they turned around or craned out or whatever. And
yeah, now it's
very
tar and
dangerous.
chip.
Of course
The road's
it
tar
is,
and
yeah.
chip. So
Yeah, and Lowe's Gap is great.
Well, that'll help
Yeah.
them
I mean,
when they
compared
do
to
get
what it's
lost,
ever been.
because
I mean,
they're going to get lost again.
yeah, if they go to dragging them up the road now, though, it'll damage the roads.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully that don't happen. But I don't know how that problem will go away until GPS starts telling people right.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy. Ain't
yeah.
it?
It is. It is.
I don't get
unbelievable.
that. So Robbie, what got you wanting to into politics in the first place, basically?
Well, I don't consider myself a politician.
right. Which is
I
that's a good thing.
graduated from college and went to work for the Georgia DOT, and I lived down there for
Yes.
15 years.
Yeah.
And then moved back to Bledsoe and drove from here to Dalton, Georgia. And I worked on the west side of Atlanta. And
That's
if
a
y'all know where
drive,
Columbus,
buddy.
Georgia is, Fort Benning, Georgia. Worked through the military base and everything for the highway department. Retired with there.
So you
30
you learned everything you need to
Yes.
know there, though.
I-75, I-59, I-285. They
Oh,
done
yeah.
we had
It got
county
broken good.
contracts and everything and
Yeah.
stuff. And
You are an
So-
engineer.
I am an
Yeah.
engineer. I've got an engineering degree out of Chattanooga there, and put in 31 and a half years service with them, and then went to work for the Land Development Office in Chattanooga for about 6 years.
Right. You had all the
And,
experience, and then Marvin retired, so everybody
Yes.
come out. So is that when you said, I'm doing this, might as
Well,
well?
I told my wife when we moved from here back in the 80s, I said,
Mhm.
one day I'd like to come back and run for road secretary.
Okay,
So
so
that's
it's
what
in
I
the,
did.
yeah.
So
Well,
it
I
took you
mean,
a while.
It
Your
did.
heart's
It took me
desire.
I don't
right
blame
there.
you like it, you know,
Several
you have the
years.
experience and stuff,
Yeah.
so that's good, that's
Yeah.
good. Ruth, you got a question?
Well, I would just say, a theory I've heard, which I think is good, is an election is really a job interview.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
that
you
is
look at
so
it like
true.
that?
Wow.
Well-
You're interviewing with the public for a job, and,
It's so
and
well
they have a
put.
It
choice
is.
of looking at your qualifications and other people, you know, what they say they can do, and
Yeah.
maybe that helps to not personalize it so much.
Yes.
Because it's,
Probably
we had
so.
talked,
Probably
it
so.
can be hard to put your name on a ballot and
Oh, of
get out there
course,
and,
yeah.
and
You're kind of sticking your neck out there
You
nowadays
really are.
too.
Oh,
doing
I
it
applaud
with social
anybody.
media.
it's almost, you
Anybody
put
does
a
it,
target
yeah.
on your back anytime
You
your
do.
name's on the ballot.
Because
And
we all
because
know
I'm
it's
the
not always
incumbent,
clean,
So-
yeah.
Because I'm the incumbent, they can
Mhm.
judge me by the past work that
Yes.
I've done and everything. And where the
Yes.
others, they
Yes.
can't judge you by that.
We talked about that, yes,
uh,
yes.
But
And it goes way, way back, you know, it goes way back. Yeah.
our office has obtained funding, and we've
Mhm.
put it to good use. And
That's right.
we've paved some roads around here. If you've seen the ad in the paper, we have paved over 22 miles since then.
Mhm.
We've paved another 9 miles since then, and I've
Yeah.
got another 2 that I'm actually paving. And I've got about 4 McWilliams Road that we're tarring and
Mhm.
chipping, even as I'm talking up here.
Right, that's
So,
good. That's
We've got
good.
that going on, and then
Right.
Monday we'll start the mowing. We've
Yeah.
got mowing crews that'll be out mowing, so
Yeah, it's that time already.
be careful with these people. Watch for them.
Mhm.
You see a sign that says slow down,
Please,
slow
please
down.
do. Yeah,
So
They
what,
cannot get out of your way quickly. It's
they
a tractor.
can't.
what do you think is the most difficult part of your job?
Oh, I think the most difficult part is trying to find funding.
Yeah.
The funding is just not there for roads. You can
It's
find
not.
it for school systems. You can find it, believe it or not, I can go and get funding for toilets easier than I can to get money to pave a road out here.
I've
It
never
is-
understood
it is
why they're so like that, but I definitely believe you, yes.
But
yes.
you've got all kinds of funding that you can get,
Mhm.
but everything that you get funding for,
Mhm.
you have to drive on the road to get there.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what you do or what it's
Exactly.
for. If it's for the fire department, if it's for the school,
That's true.
if it's for the city here,
That's
it
true.
doesn't matter.
It don't.
If it's for, you got Avigen coming in here, if it's for Avigen, which they're building
Yeah.
some of the roads over there through the state. So, all of
Yeah.
that, they've got to travel the roads.
Exactly.
So-
and
And believe it or not,
very
the
good
funding
point.
is scarce.
It
is
really is.
scarce.
I remember times, Mama coming back saying, especially when he first got in, when Martin first got in, before they could even ask for
Yeah.
the money, National would say, "Ask about money, we don't have no money."
Yeah.
Even before they could even get the question out. So at least I guess they're slowly making progress,
Yes.
but they.
In
I
this-
hope they make a lot more.
Yes.
You know?
In this new rescue plan funding, will any of that be for roads?
That
Should
rescue
be.
plan that you're talking about from the federal government, they voted in January that some of that funding can be used on the roadway.
Okay.
I have the emails and everything that came from the county,
It should
the
be.
state, how do they word that?
No
County
telling.
Association.
Yeah.
That funding can be used for the roadways now.
Well, they need to keep their word on that because that's important. That's
So,
important.
That can be used now.
Good.
And they just
Good.
voted on that in January. Or, I don't know, it was an interpretation the way I understand it.
Right.
I don't know the
I
legal.
hope so. Yeah, they
thing
need
that,
to. They need to.
I
They
know
really do.
it's frustrating because they
It
come
is.
out with these guidelines and then they change them, and next
Mhm.
time you turn
Yes.
around, they've changed them again.
Yes.
It makes it
So
about impossible for you.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the trouble there is, I'm unsure if those funds have already been used or not.
Right.
I've asked.
See?
I don't know.
You
So-
should be able to, exactly, they should be able to tell you that.
But it is difficult. That's probably one of the most difficult things.
Yes. And this part, I'm sure,
And-
too, the election process.
And these fundings and everything that we get
Mhm.
and everything, we have auditors that check every penny.
Yes.
I mean, down to the penny.
Yes.
There's none of it that can leave here.
No.
If
No.
it is, believe me, they'll find it.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Yes.
it's-
So in other words, what you're saying
If they
is
don't, then you gotta
monies,
question them.
monies for state funding cannot be stolen that easily or
Oh, no.
or embezzled or
No.
anything like that nowadays compared to
It used to
what it
could
was
be,
maybe just
yeah.
20 or
If
30
you do
or
it
40
now,
years ago.
you got to be absolutely crazy because you're going to get caught.
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's,
And rightly
that's all
so.
the way it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only way they could do it is if Nashville had to be in on it. That'd be the only way, wouldn't it?
You're even crazy to think about it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Exactly.
just,
Exactly.
it's just not
So for
right.
some reason, people think that you guys be able to pad your pocket and all that stuff.
Well, because they're going
It's
to the
just not
past.
true.
They're going way back when is why they think that. But it's not like that now.
So looking
not.
ahead with what your experience has been the last 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
if you get another 4 years, what will the next 4 years look like for you?
I think it's going to look good. Like I said
Mhm.
at one time that the state increased the gas tax a little
Mhm.
bit here about 4 years, about the time I came into office,
Mhm.
which has helped tremendously.
Yeah, it's
And
anything
then
like
COVID
that
kind
will
of
help.
knocked it back. Well, now it's kind of getting back
Yeah.
to where it should be, and if the
Yes.
gas goes back down, it'll even get better.
It will.
So we're looking at doing more tar and chipping.
Mhm.
And the reason we have to do a lot of the tar and chipping instead of asphalt paving is the price difference.
Oh yeah.
I can cover so many more miles. It's probably a quarter of the price of asphalt. So
Man.
a lot of the roads that I mean, I'm gonna tell you the busy roads like Hendon Road,
Mhm.
Griffey Road,
Mhm.
they need to be asphalt. I'm trying to find funding for those. And
Right.
you were talking about some of the funding that we got from the governor that came through the county commission.
Mhm.
If you'll remember, they were going to give me $1.2 million.
Mhm.
Well,
That'd be great.
the next morning after the county commission said that, they were going to give it to me, the governor said he's going to cut it all out.
Yeah.
He said that he's going to cut it every bit out. And that was because of the federal funding that was
And the
coming.
county commission didn't know that. That's
Right.
not
I'm
why we
sure.
gave it.
I'm sure.
But
What a bomber.
Yeah, that was.
the County
We thought
Highway
we'd done a good
Association
thing.
had it, all 95 road superintendents calling everybody they could. I called Cameron Sexton.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't tell you who I called.
I'm
It's about
sure,
6 that I
yeah.
called. And they got it, and I don't know why the governor changed his mind, but he decided to give us half. And that's where the funding comes for the mounting and everything. So we ended up with $600,000.
Right.
But
Better
when
than
we
nothing, I guess you
Better
could
than
say.
nothing, but
when
just
we
half.
were going to get
Yeah.
that $1.2 million, part of the idea was to pave the
No.
asphalt paving on Griffey Road, and then it was
Exactly.
cut out. So
Man, that would have
We
made a
just
big,
couldn't-
yeah.
it made a big difference. And I estimated the way the price of asphalt is right now, and when gas goes up, asphalt goes up. It goes up with oil prices.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, to do like Griffey Road is 12 and a half miles, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
It would probably cost close to $1,750,000, somewhere in that area, to pave the whole road. We just don't get that funding. I get what they call state aid every year, and we get about $180,000, and that'll cover about 2 miles. And
It'll
And then you
close
still
to
have
that,
to mow
though.
the grass 3 times a year,
Yes.
the ditches, and keep
Yes.
them clean. And
Right.
mow the
Wow.
ditches, clip the shoulders. We've got a ton of roads that water's running straight down the roads, and we bought a skidster used, and it was actually repossessed by Caterpillar, so we got it from Caterpillar at a discount price.
That's
And,
good.
You scared me. I thought the county had it repossessed.
No,
I was like, what? We didn't make our payment?
we have only bought one new piece of
Could
equipment,
happen, though.
so
That's true.
but we got
That's
it
good,
and,
too.
and everything, and we buy through either a state contract or something like that where we get huge discounts.
That's good.
It's not like we go out and we pay retail prices. Even for the trucks we got, we get huge discounts, and they're big.
That's
You
good.
know, we may pay for a $40,000 truck, we may pay $28,000.
Oh,
So,
that is good, man.
we get good, and by the time you go and buy a new truck, it's better to buy a new truck than it is a used one, because to buy that used truck, you're going to pay the same price because you're going to have to pay retail for it.
Exactly. That is a good point.
So
That so many people don't.
no,
think
they
about.
do not understand that.
So
So
what would you tell? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, what would you tell
Yeah, go ahead.
your voters out there if you could just speak to them for a second, face to face?
And you are in a certain way.
I took your question. I'm sorry.
That's a good question, and you are speaking to them. So yeah.
I would love to have your support for this election. We have paved several miles in the county. We have several miles that we're going to do. As far as tar and chipping and everything, we have a lot of things that we wish to do. We have finally got the equipment that we need. We still would like to have a couple more pieces to handle issues that we can't handle now. We have to either rent a piece of equipment. If those people are familiar with Wolf Bridge Road, when it washed out and the pipe was probably 25 feet down, we didn't have a piece of equipment that would even handle that. So there's a lot going on, and a lot of things we would love to do. We've attended some classes where there's funding we thought was available, but you have to, on one of them, you have to have a population of $200,000 or more. 200,000 people or more. The other one is the money could only be spent on state right of way.
Yeah.
So,
that's a
not
catch
on
there.
county roads.
Yeah. That's
We're searching for funding. We're attending different seminars and stuff of what's available, but it's not available to where we can take it and spend it out inside the county where we need it, on the roads that we need. It's
and
just,
that is true.
bear with us. I said 4 years ago I can't work miracles, and I'll still say that again. We're only as good as the funding that we get, and we're only as good as how good of a research that we can find to get these fundings in. And we have other state folks that call and tell us about what's there and everything. So
That's good.
And some of the equipment we got through the FDA loan, and the federal government actually paid for 55% of it, and we only paid for 45%. Well, we financed that for 10 years to qualify for the program. If things keep going like it is right now, I will have paid that loan off in 3 years. It'll be paid off this July.
That's good.
Wow.
That's what we're shooting for.
Great.
So instead of 10 years,
That'd be real good.
I paid that loan off.
You just got a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So, that's real
So
close.
if everything goes, like it is right now, but it's like the price of everything now has changed severely.
Oh yeah, we're going
Our
through
pipe
severe
has doubled
inflation.
in price. It's just, it's everything. It doesn't matter what we do. So.
Well, heck, no, I'm surprised we're not paying $5 for a piece of bubble gum right now.
Yes.
It's about that bad. That's inflation 101 right there.
We're trying to touch every part of the county. We have roads that are in bad shape. If we don't take care of the roads that we have now that are paved, then I'll have to grade them and turn them into gravel road, and I don't want to do that. Let us take care of those. I'll get to the gravel roads when we have the funding and availability to be able to do that. But I can grade a gravel road. I can't grade a paved road.
Right.
So the roads that are paved now are in horrible shape, and I have to take care of those.
Yeah, or
I'll
they'll
be working backwards.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. You have to.
Yes,
you have to. Well, you've done good today, buddy. I can't think of a closing question. Can you, Ruth?
You've covered it.
You have.
I appreciate it. Don't forget to come out and early vote.
Oh,
Tomorrow, next week. So
next week, and I did know the times, and now I don't. But we do have that. Do you have that?
I have that.
They're all
They're
over
in
the place.
paper.
They're in the paper. Okay, good. Because they tinker with the times a little bit. It's 1 to 4 sometimes, 9 to 12.
I thought it was
4 to 7.
awesome. Me and Renee was able to vote Wednesday afternoon after she got off of work. And
7
I'm not
is
really
what it
proud.
was.
I'd rather vote just have one day, but I mean, if they're going to do this, it's very convenient. So
Well, it
that's
is
right.
good.
I really
They
like
mix
it.
up the times, sometimes
To
in the
help
morning,
people.
Exactly,
sometimes
right.
in the afternoon, sometimes they go to 7 o'clock.
And that's why
For people.
it's at people's convenience. That's why.
And I have those times here. Saturday is from 9 to 12.
Okay.
Monday, it's Monday and Tuesday is from 1 to 4.
Okay.
And then Wednesday and Thursday is from 9 to 12 again, and that's the end of it.
That's it.
So, end of the early voting, and then May the 3rd.
Is
there'll be
the
open all
election? Yeah.
So-
May the 3rd is.
So
when
many
you gotta
people's
vote
early
by
voted,
then.
there'll be nobody show up voting day.
There'll
That's
be
what
a
it's
lot.
showing.
There'll be a lot. But well, thanks for joining us today, Robbie.
I do
Enjoyed
appreciate
having
it.
you.
Thank y'all for letting me be here.
No problem. And of course, thank you, Ruth, for being a guest
Thank
co-host. And just so you know, folks, she'll be back next week.
right.
But I didn't just drop
But
it on her
watch
like I
anyway.
did Michelle. Yeah.
And happy
So-
birthday again.
Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate that.
That's right.
Thank you. And we will see you folks next week for another all-new edition of the Albert and Billy Show. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you then. So long, folks. Hey, folks. Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.